Change is the only constant. Nothing is permanent except change. This applies to everything, even to your circumstances. So, if you are worried about the opposite circumstances that you are facing in your reality, then it is time for you to relax, as things can change more quickly than you thought. You can have whatever you desire only if you change the state of your consciousness. As Neville Goddard said, consciousness is the one and only reality. All phenomena are formed of the same substance vibrating at different rates. All is consciousness modified by belief. Out of consciousness I as man came, and to consciousness I as man return. In consciousness all states exist subjectively, and are awakened to their objective existence by belief. This shows that you are guided by your beliefs. Your beliefs and assumptions manifest the reality you wish to experience, which means that manifestation is a game of belief. The beliefs that you held in your childhood were different from your present belief. Those beliefs made you experience a totally different reality than the one you are experiencing right now. The changes in your beliefs change the reality you experienced. Your beliefs are just limitations that limit your ability to experience reality in a certain manner. So, if the reality that you are experiencing right now is not a desirable one for you, then it is your duty to change it. It is your duty to change your beliefs. You do this by using a very powerful tool, and that is imagination. Whenever you imagine something, your subconscious mind is impressed by that imaginal scene and believes the imaginal act to be a reality. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. In some cases, people only imagine it once, and it impresses the subconscious mind with that idea. But on the other hand, many people imagine it multiple times to impress that idea on their subconscious mind. You are required to impress your subconscious mind with the new ideas in order to bring about changes in your reality. As the subconscious is non-selective, and is the powerhouse of infinite intelligence, which can manifest anything you want in this world. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt, but once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. Your subconscious mind is manifesting your reality based on the beliefs and assumptions you have identified yourself with. So, it is essential for you to believe that you have received what you have desired in order to experience it in physical reality. Many people on my channel are seeking ways to manifest a specific person, and they can do it by changing their state of being. Out of the infinite states, they have to choose the one where they have what they want. Let's say your goal is to manifest a relationship with a specific person. Now, what body of beliefs would you hold if that became true in your reality? What kind of assumptions would you hold true about yourself, your specific person, and your relationship? For me, it would be, I am highly desirable, I am loved and respected, I am a top priority, I am attractive, and I am precious. For my specific person, it would be, she is madly in love with me, she stays happy with me, she appreciates me and accepts my flaws, she wants me and only me. For our relationship, it would be that we are made for each other. Our bond is the strongest. We are in a happy and healthy relationship, and we take care of each other. Now the assumptions and the beliefs are not limited to the ones that I mentioned above. There are a plethora of beliefs and assumptions that are in alignment with the state of having a relationship with a specific person. Also, it does not mean that you have to become aware of each and every assumption, as these assumptions are formed with time and naturally. You just have to take the first step and start getting into that state of consciousness where you already have your desire. You have to do it by imagining and experiencing the reality that you will experience once your desire has been fulfilled in this present moment. You have to do it multiple times during the day, and whenever you do this, you change your focus, you move your attention inwardly. You move your attention from current limitations to future possibility, and by doing so, you start dwelling in the new state of consciousness. As you dwell in this state, your thought patterns start changing, and you start noticing changes in your emotional state. With time, these changes become much more significant, and you are now seeing the movement in your reality. Your circumstances start changing, your assumptions start getting stronger, and side by side, you form new assumptions that are in alignment with your desired state of being. This is how you manifest. This is how your thoughts become your reality. This is the whole process of manifestation. You are an immortal being that chooses a state out of the infinite. You choose them by entering that state, and like a light bulb, it turns on. You now have to stand in the entered state, and the contents of the state manifest in your physical reality. You don't have to beg. You don't have to wait. You just have to experience your desire in your imagination. You just have to become grateful. Disengage yourself from the whole vast belief that you formerly entertained, and hold on in your imagination to the concept that you are the man that you want to be. You will reconstruct and make alive the state that began only as a concept. If you remain faithful to the concept, you will be led right into the fulfillment of that state. Throughout the day, you shift to multiple states, and that happens instantly. But the state you come back most often to is your dwelling state. It is the dominant state. It is the state that keeps you in your current circumstances. The goal is to change this dwelling state to your desirable state, as it determines what you manifest. If you want to manifest a relationship, the only requirement to make it happen is leaving the state of being single and lonely. Start by assuming that you are in a relationship with a specific person or someone that you like. The more you occupy the desirable state, the easier and quicker it gets for you to manifest the desirable outcomes in your reality. You don't have to be double-minded. You cannot sail in two boats, and you cannot drive on two roads at a time. Either you choose one or the other, but you cannot choose both. Either you are in the state of having the wish fulfilled or you are not. So, start thinking from the state of the wish fulfilled. Start thinking from a place where your desire has been fulfilled. Give up your present limitations and your present identity. Become the one that you desire to be by affirming, visualizing, and embodying the new identity. It is about changing the inner world and the inner environment. There are people who say that they have been manifesting X, Y, and Z desires for a long time and are not getting them. But the point is, are you actually doing it? Are you actually changing your state of consciousness? Are you actually changing the inner world? Well, only you have the answers to these questions. The easiest way to check it out is to follow what I am about to tell you. Let's say a month ago, you had a desire to manifest a specific person who was not in touch with you. You were clear that you wanted a relationship with this person, so you started performing the imaginal acts. Now, you are doing it. But, after a month, you haven't changed your perspective on that specific person. You are still viewing them as the person you thought they were a month ago. If you already manifested the desire, how would you view that person? Would you view them differently? If you wouldn't, then it is a sure sign that you have not made that inner shift. And if you haven't made that inner shift, then the external shift will not take place. The circumstances would not change, the things would remain the same, and your person would appear in your reality as the person you thought them to be a month ago. You cannot change others through effort. You cannot change someone unless you first change yourself. To change another in your world, you must first change the concept of that other. Also, you have to change the concept of yourself that made you see others as you did. Your self-concepts play a huge role, and they are, in fact, the basis of your manifestation. You view people based on the concepts you hold about yourself, and I will show you by giving you an example. Suppose you see yourself as someone who is unattractive. When that happens, you start forming assumptions about others. You start thinking that the other person is not interested in you. Even if the other person is average and not attractive, you still push them away because you believe yourself to be unattractive, and you form the assumption that the other person also looks at you the same way. While there is a person in your reality who looks average but still dates attractive people, it is because they have higher concepts about themselves that make them think and believe that other people view them as someone who is highly attractive. Their higher concepts about themselves automatically form assumptions about others that are favorable to them. So, the first step in changing the concept of another starts by changing the concepts you hold about yourself. Start viewing yourself as someone who has what they want, and then it becomes easier for you to form assumptions about others. You can uplift yourself and choose higher concepts about yourself just by listening to affirmations. I have designed one such affirmation tape that will lift you up and change the concepts you hold about yourself. You can find it by clicking on the first video that appears at the end of the screen.